we talk about Mourinho and potential issues with, you know, the board and the directors and the football people behind the scene. I think clearly there's a similar scenario here. There's no smoke without fire. Conte's been making noises for a while.
Well, he says the club are in trouble. You don't want to hear that from your own manager. Are Chelsea in trouble? It's early days, I know, but, you know, that 9 points off the top right now.
Yeah, but I mean, I hardly think it's trouble when you win the league the year before. It's a problematic time in terms of getting results. But is that... I'm sick and tired of hearing these managers when they're getting the success and they're out there lauding it up, and Nicola will tell you that he hates it when he sees him out in the field, you know, lauding and applauding the fans. And then as soon as it starts to take a bit of a turn, then all of a sudden, oh, there's problems at the club and I haven't got this player. He turned Chelsea around last year, so it's up to him to try and do it again this season.
Look, trouble is a relative term in this regard. And Chelsea aren't going to win the league. You certainly can't see them not at this point. But that doesn't mean that Chelsea are in trouble. Also,
you think they're not going to win the league?
No, I can't see them. I can't see them finishing.
They have got a lot of injuries at the moment. I know Gary Cahill says that things seem to be falling apart, but you don't want to hear this from the captain or
I accept it, and it's disappointing as defending champions to be this early in the season. Well, we're not even a third into the season, and already people are saying, well, you know, you're not going to defend your title, and you accept that. But at the same time, as good as Conte was last season, there were some areas that needed addressing. He sends Costa out, brings in Morata, fine, no problem with that, but doesn't really have a backup that he trusts. And I thought it showed itself in the game against Palace. On the one hand, Palace absolutely fantastic. Zaha, what a performance there. But Batshuayi on the other end, you can't keep the ball up front. You can't build anything off of him. Conte clearly doesn't have confidence in him. And it showed. Everything kept coming right back at Chelsea, and you can't withstand that pressure. That's on Conte for where he knew what he had and not doing something about it in the summer.
Well, selling Matic to Man United wasn't exactly a smart move when you've got Kante out now with a hamstring injury.
No, and you find in Batshuayi, that's supposed to be your answer. Not only does Conte not trust Batshuayi, the players on the field don't trust Batshuayi either. So that ball goes into him, and you know there's going to be a turnover. How are you going to commit your numbers forward? How are you going to get people overlapping when you know that this guy's going to lose?
Ali, while we're grumbling, why don't we just throw in Arsenal?
Well, do you remember Chelsea winning the league, though, and then Mourinho got fired? Not saying Conte's getting fired. They win the league, they're great, then they switch off. They win the league under Conte. It's got a kind of similar theme. Not as bad, but kind of similar theme.